In this video, I'm going to explain how a specific event could begin the tribulation period. There are several signs to watch for concerning the beginning of the tribulation period, which will be 3.5 years in duration and last until Yeshua returns to save the remnant and to gather his elect on Mount Zion. We are watching for the main sign that will indicate the tribulation period has begun: the withdrawal of Jews from the Western Wall complex and Palestinians gaining control over it and moving into that area. The scriptures concerning this event are, "And there was given me a reed like unto a rod, and the angel stood, saying, Rise and measure the temple of Jehovah, and the altar, and them that worship therein. But the court which was without the temple leave out, and measure it not, for it is given unto the Gentiles. And the holy city shall they tread under foot 42 months. Revelations 11:1 and 2. And from the time that the daily sacrifice shall be taken away, and the abomination that makes desolate set up, there shall be 1,290 days. Daniel 12:11. These two events coincide with one another. The courtyard outside the temple being given unto the Gentiles, the daily sacrifice, continual offering, is taken away. The word for daily sacrifice is from the Hebrew word tamid. Strong's H8548 tamid, properly continuance as indefinite extension, but used only attributively as adjective constant. Also adverbially constantly. Elliptically, the regular daily sacrifice. I have therefore explained how this can easily be understood as continual offering. There is only one place on earth where Jews gather to pray to the Most High continually, 24/7, and that's the Western Wall in Jerusalem. I'm watching for the time when they shut down the ability to offer prayers to the Most High at the Western Wall where Jews pray now. When the tamid, daily sacrifice, continual offering, is removed or taken away, it begins the countdown to the abomination of desolation, which is 1,290 days later. If that wall is brought down in any time after the Palestinians take over control, it would finally fulfill the words of Messiah. Messiah said, "Do you not see all these cool buildings? I tell you guys, not one of these stones will stand upon another which will not be thrown down." The peace deal issues are many, but the main issue is Jerusalem and who will control it. The Palestinians want East Jerusalem as their capital and the Western Wall complex, the only location on earth where the Father receives offerings, prayers, is in East Jerusalem. The Palestinians will not budge on this point, and there will be no peace deal unless this happens. I provide some links below so that you can check out the news according to that. And I'll quote, "I first want to congratulate my friend Ehud Olmert, whom I have known for a while," a boss said at the outset. "I spoke earlier at the UN Security Council and stressed the importance of reaching peace through negotiations. The American plan alienates international decisions. I met with Olmert a short time ago. The negotiations with him were promising. Although we did not come to a solution, we were very close. We are ready to resume negotiations at the point where it ended with Olmert." He added, "We're ready for a Palestinian state to come next door to the state of Israel in the 1967 borders, with East Jerusalem being the capital and West Jerusalem being the capital of Israel. We do not believe in violence and we fight terrorism. We believe in security coordination with all countries, and we have signed many security agreements. We believe only in nonviolent popular struggle." End quote. That was what a boss said. We are paying attention to the Israeli political scene because it will have an impact on the peace negotiations and implementations if there is a deal confirmed. The peace deal implementation concerning the dividing of Jerusalem and sovereignty over East Jerusalem is an event which begins the tribulation period and coincides with the two witnesses of Revelation's mission. When they arrive, they are told to, "And there was given me a reed like unto a rod, and the angel stood, saying, Rise and measure the temple of God, and the altar, and them that worship therein. But the court which is without the temple leave out, and measure it not, for it is given unto the Gentiles, and the holy city shall they tread under foot 42 months. Google Maps has the Western Wall description as remnant of the ancient wall of the temple courtyard, a sacred site of Jewish prayer and pilgrimage. Again, the main issue is Jerusalem, and the Western Wall is in East Jerusalem on the Palestinian side of the 1967-1949 Armistice Line border. If this happens, it will divide Jerusalem in half, and that is a prophetic event which kicks off the tribulation period. If Israel withdraws from the area and the Western Wall complex is given unto the Gentiles, you will witness the fulfillment of prophecy. Immediately prior to Messiah returning, Jerusalem will be divided in half and is a tipping point for the Most High, according to the following verses. You can find them in the description. Behold, the day of Jehovah cometh, and thy spoil shall be divided in the midst of thee. For I will gather all nations against Jerusalem to battle, and the city shall be taken, and the houses rifled, and the women ravished. And half of the city shall go forth into captivity, and the residue of the people shall not be cut off from the city. Zechariah 14:1 and 2. For behold, in those days, and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations, and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations, and parted my land. Joel 3:1 and 2. Assemble yourselves, and come, all you heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Jehovah. Let the heathen be wakened, and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Put you in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come get you down, for the press is full, the fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Joel 3:11 and 13. Although this is the time his people will be killed for their faith, he will save a remnant of his people out of tribulation. And it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of Jehovah shall be delivered. For in Mount Zion and in Jerusalem shall be deliverance, as Jehovah hath said, and in the remnant whom Jehovah shall call. Joel 2:32. The current status of Israeli politics. The Israeli election is on 3/2/2020, in 4 days. Current Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, the leader of the Right Party, has stated he is in favor of the peace deal. Netanyahu, the longtime conservative leader, is also about to stand trial for alleged crimes. The link is in the description. Netanyahu is also stating that Israel must have sovereignty over the Jordan Valley and Judea and Samaria. Link is in the description. So it seems that those areas are more important at this time than Jerusalem. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu announces that if he is re-elected, he will make the Jordan Valley a sovereign part of Israel. The Jordan Valley is home to dozens of Israeli communities, most of them agricultural, built after the Six-Day War as part of the Allen Plan, a program by Labor Party Minister Yigal Allon, in which the location of Israeli communities was decided according to security needs. The plan, on which there was general consensus, both on the left and right, defined control of the land along the west bank of the Jordan River as crucial for the defense of the narrow state of Israel against hostile countries to the east. His opponent, the left party leader Benny Gantz, said he supports the peace deal and will implement it immediately when he takes office. Link is in the description. Gantz says he supports the U.S. peace proposal, will implement it as soon as he is prime minister. So both of them seem to be willing to implement the peace deal. We are watching for the decision and anticipating them to follow in Olmert's footsteps. Olmert said that he agreed to divide Jerusalem along the 1967 borders. The Israeli election is on 3/2/2020. If the Western Wall complex is given unto the Palestinians, we will be watching for the two witnesses who are spoken of in the book of Revelation, chapter 11, to begin their 1260-day testimony. Shortly after their testimony is concluded, we will be watching for the meek to inherit the earth. And the 10 horns out of this kingdom are 10 kings that shall arise, and another shall rise after them, and he shall be diverse from the first, and he shall subdue 3 kings, and he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws. And they shall be given into his hand until a time and times and the dividing of time, 3.5 years. But the judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion, to consume and to destroy it unto the end. And the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominions shall serve and obey him. Hitherto is the end of the matter. As for me, Daniel, my cogitations much troubled me, and my countenance changed in me, but I kept the matter in my heart. Daniel 7:24-28. If you would like to support this ministry, please like and subscribe and join our live chat. The link is in the description. I will be putting out more videos as often as possible to help the believers to understand more about this issue as events unfold. I will be live streaming on 3/2/2020 to watch the Israeli election results. Come hang out with us in the live chat. We will be waiting, watching, praying, and discussing the 2 witnesses of Revelation and the return of Yeshua Messiah shortly after their ministry is finished. I hope to see you there. Shalom to your home.